Okay, guys, we are going to talk about what 2023 has taught me preparing for a phenomenal 2024 part two. Okay, so if you looked at the previous two videos, we know that we talk about one, in order to get to a successful 2024, you absolutely have to self assess. Okay, when you are entering a new year, oftentimes we have these high expectations that okay, something's going to give, something's going to change, new me, new year, new me, all these things, but we fail to really look at ourselves and dive into why we are not meeting those certain goals. Okay, so that's important. So make sure you do your self assessment. The next one is assessing your mindset. So when it comes to goals, how are you approaching these goals, right? What is causing you not to pursue or get the results that you want to when pursuing your goals? You absolutely have to do those two things in order for you to do the third thing, which is dream or having the big dream goals. Okay. So today we're going to really talk about diving into dreaming big. When it comes to dreaming big, these we always hear. I know y'all heard this. If your dreams don't scare you, there's something wrong with your dreams, right? They absolutely have to get you out of your comfort zone, and every single person has some type of dream. They may not vocalize it, they may not share it, all these things, but we all have a alter world called our imagination, right? Some of us, depending on our past, use it as an escape route, but all of us have our imagination, right? All of us have a place where we go, where we wish, hope, and dream we'll be there. Especially as a child, your imagination is vast as a child. But oftentimes, as we grow up, when we are into certain situations, because you have to remember, we are who we are based off our environment, our hereditary, so whatever been passed down to us in our learned behavior. Okay, that's who we are. And oftentimes, we are constantly doing those things that we did in the past or what we see other people do. And then we wonder why we're where we are. But we're not changing any of those things. And that is one of the things that is the most powerful thing you have is a choice. Oftentimes we feel stuck in where we are. Oftentimes we feel like we don't have a choice to be different. This is how I grew up. This is what I know. I only have this amount of education. But what we fail to realize is that education and all those things are learned behaviors and things that you're able to really unlearn. So how do you do those things? So I was listening to someone the other day and he was just talking about how, it's like such a myth to think that if I have all these degrees or all this education, then I'm gonna be wealthy, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. But really what it is the person who do their best at whatever it is what get the person most successful. So it's not about all these accolades and all these things. It's really about what are you doing, what you have, and just working hard and doing your best with that thing. When it comes to dreaming big, though, one of the things we do, we don't know how to do that, or we have it subconsciously in our mind, but then we don't believe that we're able to actually complete that goal. Right? Something limit us to think, yes, I want to be a multi-millionaire, but deep inside of that subconscious, something is telling us we'll never be that. Okay, so we're going to get into really looking at that dreaming big aspect because we want to be able to dream big. You have the right to dream big. Okay, so we want to be able to dream big. So let's talk about what we need in order to get to those big dreams. The first thing is you want to dream big without restrictions. Oftentimes we put limitations on our big dreams, right? Yes, I want to dream big, or yes, I want to do X, Y, and Z, but there's something that limit us to really make it vast or make it big, like a huge goal. That is one of the things that's really stopping us because we feel uncomfortable. Like you think about, okay, I want to be a multimillionaire and I want to have this house somewhere and I want to do whatever it is. You think about that, and inside everything and you feel so uncomfortable that you shut it down real quick and then you minimize yourself. That is not how we get to dreaming big. Okay. The third thing is you want to develop an incremental process to chip away at your goals. Listen, I have an amazing system to help you do that. Oftentimes, when we have these big dreams, we don't pursue it because it's almost like it's too vast, it's too much. I don't know how to get there. What do I do? It's like the elephant in the room. right? A lot are how do we eat an elephant? A lot of times when we're eating an elephant is one bite at a time, but because we feel like it's so much that we don't even take those little incremental steps to get us to where we need to be when reaching our big dreams. The third thing is to visualize and affirm your future success. And I know a lot of us heard this stuff. I'm not saying anything new to anybody on here. A lot of us heard these things. We have to see it. We have to understand, visualize it, affirm it. We know that. But there's deeper levels of visualizing and affirming your goals that has to do with your mindset that's stopping you from really going beyond or outside the box when it comes to reaching your desired outcome when it comes to dreaming big. How do I know this? So let me tell you one thing I did in order to dream big. And when I tell you it wasn't even like hard to do it, it's just you got to put a system in place in order to get it done. I've always dreamt of speaking in front of people, right? I love to teach. I love to just share information. I've always been like that as far as I know, right? And I always dreamt of being on a stage, talking to people and sharing with them my story or information. One day, it was like I just took myself and put myself on the stage, and I used like very specific things to visualize that aspect, not just closing my eyes and seeing it. There's other things that I use in that process. As I'm doing that, I begin to write those things out, and I specifically saw myself doing it. I wrote it out that I was going to be on a TEDx. I mean, I had a TEDx all over my vision board and everything. Well, I'm speaking that thing, I'm saying it, I'm visualizing all those things. And of course, in 2021, or 2022, I was able to be on a stage as a TEDx speaker. So I know this works, right? There's specific things you have to do in order to visualize. Like I said, it's not just closing your eyes, but I know that this works. So what does this mean for you? This is the last segment that we're going to talk about, what 2023 has taught me and preparing for 2024. So what we need to do next is really take all this information and personalize it, customize it for you. So on January 13th at noon Eastern Standard Time, I'm hosting the Bold Ambitions Goal Setting Workshop. I'm going to tell you again, January 13th at noon, I am going to be hosting the Bold Ambition Goal Workshop. If you want the information, go ahead. The link is in here in the screen. For those on video, it's bit.ly/bold goals workshop, bold goals workshop. So if you're interested, and we're going to really walk through all this, plus more, all the things that I taught you over the last few days, plus more, go ahead and grab that link in the bio, or grab that link. It's not in the bio, but it's bit.ly/bold goals workshop. I'll actually put it in the bio. So go ahead and grab that link. For those who are visual that can see me, go ahead and scan that QR code and go ahead and get registered for this workshop, okay? It's a limited seating. I'm only taking a few people, or not a few, but a few people in this workshop, because we're going to go through all of this information that I've covered for the last few days. And then we're going to really take this information and plug it in order for you to have a better successful 2024, for us to have a better successful 2024. So again, go ahead and register, and we are going to dream big in a Bold Ambitious Goals Workshop. It's a free workshop. So go ahead and register, go ahead and share with someone add a friend to it so that we can get into it, so we can really sit down and talk about our assessment, our mindset, our goal setting, and there's going to be so much more to help you with your 2024. Because again, I believe that we keep setting these goals, because I've done it. We keep setting these goals, and then we're not really doing the things that it takes to make them work. So we're going to take some serious action to get to where we want to be. So make sure you register for that workshop today.